Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. So glad you could attend. Come inside, movie maniacs and friends, as we take a look at The Devil's Heist. Now, this film isn't out until December 8th for public consumption, but we get an early peek at this interesting supernatural heist film from the director Fernando Acevedo, who gives us the story of three robbers who decide to knock over a bank because this bank has really no security or anything, so it should be an easy heist. Well, little do they know that this bank is run by witches and houses the money of the devil. And when they do decide to steal this money, they soon find themselves descending into hell, meeting all kinds of demons and creatures, as well as just a horrific landscape to where they're fighting to avoid their own demise. The Devil's Heist was a fun film. I went into it cold and I found a lot of great fun things with this movie. Namely, I enjoy heist films, and I thought the script was written fairly well. There are a few bits in here that kind of jump, so you kind of have to put it a little bit together of where they're at. Have to think a little bit, but other than that, I enjoyed the characters they came up with, the situation and the story, the idea of thieves stealing the devil's money and what would the devil do about it. I enjoyed that concept quite a bit, and I think they executed it fairly well in here. It is done on a limited budget, so you have to take that into account, but what they do with the budget is really great. I mean, especially the makeup effects. Holy wow. Mike Ferguson plays Lucifer, and his Lucifer makeup was fantastic. There's a couple creatures that show up in here as well that they keep it simple yet still creepy with their makeup effects too. And Sheri Davis, who we've reviewed some of her films here in the past on the Final Cut, showing up as a badass as Lilith. This character practically needs her own movie. Sheri Davis is all in, and it probably helped with this wonderful makeup she had. She's just looking evil, and just loved the scenes that we got to see her in, especially as she goes toe-to-toe with the devil. Mike Ferguson and Sheri Davis play off each other very well. Now, our three robbers: Brian Sapphire plays Ted, Jackie Falcon plays Kathy D, and Devin Calderon, plays Michael. And I like the dynamic between these three as well. Ted is the a-hole of the group, and Brian Sapphire looks like he's having fun and playing this a-hole. And his character gets a little bit of annoying at times, but he's supposed to. But at the same time, there's a bit of humor to his complaining and ranting. And I kind of liked how they give him that angle. Kathy D is fun to watch as the girlfriend of Michael, and how she really, she's definitely her own person and is not afraid to speak her mind. And Michael seems like the guy caught in between the rift between Kathy D and Ted. And yeah, just the dynamic and the way they three played off each other made for a lot of fun scenes. And then we have Sandra Roscoe playing two roles, actually: Victoria and Alexa, Rose Wakesho playing Rose, and Madry Koningsky, I hope I pronounced that right, I apologize, playing Charlotte. These three were fantastic. They're the one that run the Coven Bank, and they each had their own personalities. They play back and forth their banter, and while they don't have to give you the full details of this world, you can piece together enough of how magic works and how things work in here that you get the idea that they're trying to convey. I loved how they kept it mostly practical in this movie. There's blood effects and gore in here as well, which worked well. There is some CGI stuff as well, but it doesn't stick out. But yeah, overall, The Devil's Heist, if you like independent films done on a limited budget, but with interesting tale, I think you're going to enjoy this. There's some fun performances, and there's enough in here for the indie film lover, I think, to appreciate. And the film clips along nicely. Just when you think it might get a little slow, they pick things up. So there you have it, The Devil's Heist. When you do see it after December 8th, please come back, let us know your constructive thoughts on this interesting interesting film. Love to hear your thoughts. Please check out our Patreon page where we got a lot more great stuff for very reasonable tiers, and hit subscribe and like and all that here. And don't forget to check out our podcast later this week where we will be interviewing Sheri Davis, who plays Lilith in The Devil's Heist. So stay tuned for that interview. I thank you so much for your support, and until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.